Hello YouTubers, Alaska Prepper here. Ladies and gentlemen, guess what day it is? It's Black Friday. And I almost never go out for Black Friday. Actually, the sales started today at about 6 a.m. and it's about 8 a.m. now. So I'm going in about a couple hours after the sales started here in town. I'm going to 3 places. I'm going to go to Lowe's, to Home Depot, and then I'm going to hit up Costco just to see what they have since I'm already there. And there's actually one thing that I want to get that's on sale. Not very expensive, but something that's a very convenient thing to have for me because I use it often. So we're going to go ahead and hit up Home Depot first because this is where I saw this item. And I'll let you know what it is when we get there, ladies and gentlemen. I'm not going to tell you now. So when we get there, we'll go in, see what they have, and see if they have any pretty cool sales. I just thought that I'd take you along, have a little bit of fun. It's not one of those things where people trample on each other. Every year, for the last few years, I haven't really gone shopping on Black Friday. But what I do is I've gone like to the stores early just to see what the crowds are like. And really, I've never experienced any crowds whatsoever. None of the craziness that you see on YouTube videos or on the news where people are trampling on each other. Usually pretty well organized, not a lot of people in line. And of course it is what? Let's see. It's -8 degrees right now outside. So I'm sure that people haven't been camping out for the last 12 hours to try to get into a store, which would be ridiculous if they did. So let's go ahead and check it out. Let's hang out for a little bit and have a little bit of fun today. Ladies and gentlemen, we have arrived, and guess what, ladies and gentlemen? On my way here, I heard the very first Christmas song of the season, and it was Silent Night. And you know what? You know what this tells me? That it is okay to start saying Merry Christmas, and I love saying Merry Christmas. All right, let's go in there. We're at Home Depot. Let's go check and see what they have. And like I said in the beginning, ladies and gentlemen, as you can see, there's no lines, there's no crowds. The parking lot is, it's not. I would say it's probably about 1/5 of the way full. And I'm pretty sure that inside it's not going to be any craziness going on. So let's go ahead and take a look and see what they've got in here. I'm actually looking, to tell you the truth, I'm looking for a small air compressor that's like portable that you can hold in your hands, because I like to use it to fill up the suspension on the back of my pickup truck that I used to get water with. For those of you that don't know, ladies and gentlemen, these are roof rakes that are pretty cool. I have one of these, but I thought I'd show them to you. They have a piece of tarp that lets the snow come off nice and easy. And I just thought that this was a great deal. This is a really nice tool set, 270 pieces for $99. And the Huskies have a lifetime warranty. You can bring them back if any of them break. And this is a great deal as well. This is an 8-gallon oil-free compressor for only $129. I thought that was a pretty good deal for that. I love my little donut compressor, so I'm not going to be replacing it anytime soon. And this is a great deal. I actually thought about getting this, even though I already have a big generator, because it's such a great deal. I told my wife I would rather have my money tied up in this generator here for $800 than to have it in the bank. And she said, well, go get one. Now my wife is gonna like this. She doesn't watch my videos, so she probably doesn't know that she's gonna get one of these Nutri choppers for Christmas. The one that we have broke, and she's always wanting to get extra onions so that she can chop them up and put them in the freezer. So I'm gonna go ahead and grab that. And this is actually a pretty good deal, ladies and gentlemen, for this refrigerator. Look at this. It's $1,298, and I think it used to be $1,999, $2,000. Nowadays, $1,200 for a full-size refrigerator, not a bad deal. And this little 5 cubic foot freezer here, I believe it's 5 cubic feet. It's only $168. So I'm pretty surprised that the appliances that they have here are not that badly priced. I mean, this is a regular refrigerator, not fancy, for only $700. And this is something that I really am taking a look at because this is such a great deal. This is 6 Ryobi batteries. The only thing is that they're 2 amp hours each, but for $129, that's a great deal. And I had to show off this lamp just so that Mr. Tom can get his fill and be satisfied with seeing some kind of a flashlight during this video. Well, ladies and gentlemen, they did not have that small compressor I was looking for, but my wife is gonna like this. This is gonna be one of her Christmas presents. And yeah, AP, what are you doing giving your wife a kitchen appliance for Christmas? Well, ladies and gentlemen, when you've been married for, what, 30 years now, you pretty much have all of your needs taken care of. So now we're in a part of our lives where the things that we get, like for Christmas, is just the wants. And this is one of them. So check off the list. Thank you, Santa Claus. All right, let's head on over to Lowe's and see what they got over there. And you know what I was thinking? Right next to Lowe's is Sportsman's Warehouse. And they should be open by now. I think they're open by now. But once we get out of Lowe's, we're going to go check out Sportsman's Warehouse, see if they have anything that's worth getting. So what I do, ladies and gentlemen, is when I get out of my truck, I turn the auto start on, and the auto start's got a 25-minute time, and then it'll turn off. And my goal is to make sure that I get out of each store before my auto start turns off. So when I got out of Home Depot, it still had like 6 minutes left on its time, and we're going into Lowe's right now. So ladies and gentlemen, listen to this. I just left the customer service counter, just chit-chatting with a few folks there. And there was a gentleman that asked for a couple of propane bottles, and they said that they were all out. And I'm like, I just came from Home Depot and they have propane bottles over there. And another gentleman said, yeah, but they're all empty. Everyone's out of propane. And I'm just thinking to myself, ladies and gentlemen, please do your research. When I tell you all stuff, do your research. I think it was a week or 2 weeks ago, I was talking about propane and fuels. And what I did is I went to Home Depot and I bought 2 100-pound propane canisters. I think it was about a week and a half ago. And the day after, I went and got them filled. And now I find out that there's no propane in Fairbanks, with the exception of the really big company that actually goes and fills the big propane tanks at people's houses. So you can't even go to a gas station now and fill up a 20-pound or 100-pound propane cylinder because they're all out. For how long? I don't know. But all I know now is that they're out. So I'm glad that I got mine filled a week and a half, 2 weeks ago, however long it was. Incredible. Now this, ladies and gentlemen, is a great time of year to buy tools on the cheap. These may not be the very best quality, but they're pretty good quality for the price. And if you have a family member or a friend who is, let's say, maybe going off on their own, getting their own house, apartment, a good assortment of tools would be a great gift to give them, especially if they're your kids. That way, every time that they need a tool, they don't have to come back home asking to borrow yours and then leave you wondering when you're going to see that specific tool again. Well, ladies and gentlemen, the one thing that I was looking for, I did not find. But you know what? I'm really happy that I found those little tools that I got on sale. Because let me tell you what, you can't ever have too many drill bits. You can't ever have too many screwdriver bits and things like that. And that little right angle contraption there thing that I got, that thing is awesome. So I'm kind of glad that I stopped by. So far, so good. Let's go ahead and take a look at Sportsman's Warehouse. That's the one where I'm going to have to leave my credit card inside the truck. And yes, I made it back to the truck before it turned off. And you know what, ladies and gentlemen, I don't know what it is about this time of the year, but there's just a feeling in the air. There's like a spirit in the air, right? And it's just, to me, it like brings out the goodness in people. You know, like people, for some reason, this time of the year, people want to do good to one another. And at least that's how I see it. It's not really about buying stuff, because if you watch my channel, you know that I buy stuff all year long. But interacting with people, it seems like it's a lot easier to interact with people this time of year. And people are extra friendly this time of year. So, you know, I love interacting this time of year. This is a beautiful time of year. Look at this. This is Sportsman's Warehouse. And here's what Fairbanks looks like, or a little bit of it. All right, let's go on in here. And look at this, ladies and gentlemen. These are electric bicycles. But the price, no good. My goodness, $5,000 for that? I mean, I've got a cheapo electric bike, and I think I paid like 600 bucks for it from Amazon. And I hit the jackpot, ladies and gentlemen. Look at this. Buy one pair of nice fluffy Christmas socks and get one pair for $1. And guess who loves socks? Mrs. Alaska Prepper loves the nice fluffy socks. And you know what? This will make a great Christmas present, and it will give me a reason for having to be in Sportsman's Warehouse. Look at this. This is not a bad deal, actually. This little refrigerator, $139. And I think these run on about 35-40 watts, which is pretty good. And take a look at all the other stuff they have here. This is a dehydrator. Not a bad price on this dehydrator. What is it, $69, $70? Not too bad. Like I said before, I'm not really a dehydrator kind of guy, but that's not a bad price. And look at this bad boy. This is the large. And the large goes for $3,395. This is a big one, ladies and gentlemen. And this one right here I could not get, because I think you need a 25 amp circuit breaker for this one. And here are the Mylar bags that they sell. $30 for 50 of them, which is not a bad deal, because these Mylar bags are actually very high quality. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I am very happy that I came in here, because I just scored 5 boxes of 22 long rifle. Pretty decent price too, 15 bucks per box, so not too bad. So now that I did the damage that I'm going to do over here, I'm going to head on out of here and go over to Costco's. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we made it to Costco. Let's go on in there and see what they have. And after that, what I'll do is I'll drive home and I'll spread everything out and show you my bounty. Show you everything I got today, all right? I hope Billy answers my phone call. because I called them to tell them about that deal on the 22 long rifles. Wow, that is pretty cool. Yeah, little electric bike. $339, huh? I wonder if little Miss Alaska Prepper is ready for a new vacuum. Maybe an upgrade? The one we have is still pretty good shape. Look at this. This is not a bad deal. This is what I use. I use Sonic Care. And this is a 6-pack for $40. And then you've got this 6-pack here. Same price, $40 either or. Make sure you stock up on your batteries, ladies and gentlemen. Here we have the AA's and the AAA's are both $13.99, and they're both 40 packs. And you got your holiday cards here. They're $20 for 30 of them. And I think I'm going to pick one of these up because my wife was actually asking about these. And look at this. This is actually a really good deal. 40 Sharpie markers for $14.99. I've got a mess load of Sharpie markers, but that's a pretty good deal. In my opinion, of course. So, ladies and gentlemen, I am so happy right now. I just met Billy Bob Thornton and his wife here in Costco. He came up to me and said, "AP, is that you?" And I'm like, "Hey, you caught me." And he says, "You know who I am?" I'm like, "Who?" And he's like, "I'm Billy Bob Thornton." And I know who Billy Bob Thornton is in the chats because he's won like 2 or 3 AP coins. Oh, goodness, ladies and gentlemen. It's so awesome. Every time that I've run into an Alaska Prepper community member, it's always been such a blessing. It's always been such a, good people. So I'm so blessed that we have so many good community members in the AP community. So I really don't want to take a look at the food because I'm still full from yesterday, but I'll give you a snapshot of what the meat prices and stuff like that is looking like. Well, it's about the same thing, $4.49 for your, I believe this is $12.88. And this is actually on sale. $18.99 for the organic ground beef that comes in a 3-pack. I'm going to have to pick up a couple of these because this is a great price. What I'll do with these is I'll end up freeze drying these. That's a great deal. I'll pick up a couple. And as you can see, they're pretty well stocked. Pretty well stocked on meat. Get it now, ladies and gentlemen. Get it now that you know you can get it. And look at this. Beef tail. $6.99 a pound. I'm definitely going to pick some of these up. That's a great price. These were selling for, look, $9.99 a pound regularly. $6.99. I'm going to load up on these, ladies and gentlemen. I'm not going to buy them all, but I'm going to buy a few. I guess I am glad that I came and showed you all the meat prices because that's a good deal. I remember when we first started buying those here, I think when Costco first got here, they were like $4.99 a pound. And they got all the way up to $9.99 a pound. And I am just glad that I found them today. So that is awesome. You know you're a prepper when you get excited about the price of oxtail. And look, they even have toilet paper. Take advantage of this, ladies and gentlemen. Take advantage of this because, like I've said in the past, we are still in the time of plenty, right? Even though they only have a limit of 1, but we are still in the time of plenty, so take advantage of it. And I wanted to show you this. You remember these guys? Well, when I first started buying these baby wipes years ago, it was $1,000 to a box, and they were like $16.99. And then they went down to $900 to a box, and they went up to $19.99, and now they're $29.99. So I don't have to buy any because I stocked up on them when they were a lot cheaper. So if they ever go on sale, I'll go ahead and fill in the gaps with the sale items. Get yourself some hot chocolate. This is actually a good deal, ladies and gentlemen. 50 packets for $6.49. We all need our comfort foods, and if you're not into nutrient survival coffee like I am, this is a great deal. $8.39 for a 400 cup tub of Folgers. And look at this, ladies and gentlemen, this is on sale. $4.09 for one of these large boxes. Makes 155 pancakes, but that's not what we use this for. Every Christmas morning, my wife makes biscuits and gravy, and this is what she uses to make it. So I'm gonna go ahead and pick one of these up. $4.09, not a bad deal at all. And this is their dairy section. I'm gonna check and see if they have any of that butter on sale. Well, you can see that butter is $9.49 for a 4-pound pack, which is not really bad. It comes out to $2.37 a pound. But I remember just less than a year ago, it was like $7.99 for the same amount. And I wanted to see if they had any more of this Kerrygold on sale, but it looks like it's all gone. That's the only one they've got left. And there's nothing that even says what price that is, so I don't know if they're still on sale or not. But we picked up a few while they've been on sale, so that should be good enough. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I'm gonna go ahead and walk towards the front. Let me go ahead and take a look at the price of the oils real quick. After that, I'm gonna walk towards the front, and I am going to check out and bring it on home. And then we'll spread everything out and show you what we picked up on this Black Friday payday prep. Look at this, ladies and gentlemen. Remember I was talking to you about that oil? I think it was the last video I did about that oil that started out at like $19.99 and then it went up to $29.99. Well, check this out. This is the oil I was talking about, okay? Now it's 50 cents more than it was the last time I was here. So just in the last week, it's gone up 50 cents. It doesn't sound like a lot, but that's how they get you, a little bit at a time, hoping that you don't notice. And even if you do notice, you'll be like, oh, it's only 50 cents, no big deal. But it all adds up. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we made it home, and I'm going to go ahead and put this away here in the house. I'm going to show you everything else that I got in the bunker, but I wanted to show you, man, I'm still very excited. For those of you that don't know why I get very excited when I see beef tail like this on sale, is because Little Miss Alaska Prepper's birthday dinner for the longest time has always been sancocho. Sancocho is like a Dominican stew, and it takes beef tail, all right, and or oxtail, really, beef oxtail, and this is very pricey. So for me to be able to find this at $6.99 a pound isn't cheap compared to what it used to be in the past, but it is cheap compared to what it costs now. So usually I go through at least one of these packets for her sancocho, for her birthday meal. I got an additional 2 because usually throughout the year we'll cook at least one more oxtail meal, and then I got an extra one for next year just in case. But the thing is that I have one package in the freezer, so really I have like 2 extra packets now. And of course we got the Christmas greeting cards. We have the Bisquick over here, and I bought 2 of these ground beefs. What I'll do with these is I'll freeze these, and I'll take 2 of my frozen ones that I have in the freezer, and I'll go ahead and cook those up, and those will be getting freeze dried. So let's go ahead and move everything else to the bunker. And you know what the good thing is about it being -8 degrees and it looking like it's not going to get any warmer anytime soon is that if I run out of room in the freezer, I can always just put this stuff like in a box and leave it outside until I have room in the freezer to put this stuff in. Usually in the winter time is when we clean out our freezers and let it thaw out, you know, and then sanitize everything, because we can take everything, put it in totes, put it in the back deck, and then once the freezer's cleaned out, we put everything back in nice and orderly. So the winter time's usually when we clean out our freezers. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's go ahead and finish this long video up by showing you the few things that I picked up today. during the Black Friday payday prep special. You all saw this is obviously not a payday prep, but ladies and gentlemen, as I've always stated, we need to maintain our humanity. And holiday cards is a nice way to reach out to loved ones and friends that maybe don't live in the same place that you live, and just let them know, hey, you were important enough for me to actually write something and send it to you. Which is why I really enjoy when I get handwritten letters and cards from all of you that send me those. So that was the first thing. And of course, we can't live without our Nutri Chopper, ladies and gentlemen. Of course, this is a luxury, not something that you have to have, but it's the little things. Now this, I'm very excited about. Well, you know what? Let me get the socks out of the way. I actually, after looking at these, I actually think these are pretty cool. I mean, they're so fluffy. All right, so I'm sure that my wife will enjoy those. Not really something that I need to be pointing out, because in all honesty, you can probably get yourself a pack of like 10 socks or so for the same amount that I paid for these 2 pair of socks. So if you remember, I paid $11 for those 2 pair, but again, a luxury. Now, down to the stuff that I think is great to have. First thing I want to show you is this little tool I picked up. This is so cool. Have you ever been in a spot where you needed to like drill something or unscrew something that was too tight and like in a corner? Well, I'll show you this here in the future. I'll get my drill out. You connect this part right here to your drill, right? Or your screwdriver. There's like a screwdriver bit that goes into your drill. And then you connect your screwdriver bit to this. And you are able to hold the drill like this and fire it, you know, and press the trigger. And then this is going to move on this end. That way you can get into like a tight corner. That is really cool. I'm really glad I ran into this little thing. As I stated before, ladies and gentlemen, you can never have too many drill bits. Never have too many drill bits. These were at an awesome price, less than $10. It's a no-brainer. Same thing with screwdriver bits and different types of bits. Torque bits, screwdriver bits, extensions. Can't ever have too many. And I think these were only like $7. Can never have too many of these saw blades. For like $7, can't go wrong. This, ladies and gentlemen, is awesome. This was my most expensive prep when you count it by item. This was like $49.99. It was half off. I've actually always wanted one of these sets. And these are the wrenches that you don't have to continue to take off, you know, and get your nut unscrewed or screwed on, because this has a ratcheting system on it. So these are really nice. I'm glad that I got these. I'm 50 years old and I've always put off getting some of these. I don't know why. And then, of course, ladies and gentlemen, the hit of the day was I actually called Billy, and he did end up getting some, because I visited Billy the same day later on and had some coffee, and he went to Sportsman's warehouse, and they had a limit of 5 boxes of 22 long rifle. So I went ahead and got 5, and when I was there was plenty to go around. There was still a good amount of the 22, limit of 5. They actually had a pretty decent amount of ammo there, but not a lot, but they had a lot more than what they normally have. Maybe they've been saving it up for this Black Friday sale. But like I said, ladies and gentlemen, I normally don't do Black Fridays, but I'll tell you what, I had a lot of fun doing this one. And the little things that I did pick up, I'm really glad that I picked them up. Remember that tomorrow on Sunday, we will be having our regular Sunday live stream at 12 noon Alaska time, 4 p.m. Eastern time, for those of you that want to come in and hang out. Other than that, remember to be good to each other. When good people do good things happen. Remember to reach one, teach one, and repeat. If we all did this, the world would be a better place, and you know that it will be a better place. Many blessings to all of your families. I'm Alaska Prepper. I'm out.